place your hands behind your back. Place them behind your back. There you go. So at this time, I do believe your normal faculties are impaired, okay? And you're under the unknown substance, okay? So at this time, you're under arrest for DUI. Yes, sir.
So you probably guessed what this is. Today, police releasing body cam video from Tiger Woods' rollover crash last Friday and his arrest. He flipped his SUV over after hitting the trailer of another vehicle. This is in Jupiter Island, Florida, not far from his home. Woods denied drinking any alcohol, and he did blow a 0 on a breathalyzer. Police, though, say they found the opioid hydrocodone in his pocket, at least 2 pills, and he failed a field sobriety test. The 50-year-old said he was distracted by his cell phone and his radio, and he refused to take a urine test after his arrest, which is a separate charge. He has pled not guilty to DUI charges and is due in court May 5th.
So let's take a legal deep dive into this case. Criminal defense attorney Hector Diaz joins me once again. All right, he said he didn't drink alcohol, but he said he did take some medication earlier in the day. Is driving under the influence, whether it's alcohol or drugs, does it make a difference in punishment?
It doesn't in Florida, and it doesn't in Arizona. A lot of people always assume, like, well, you know, I'm taking a drug that was maybe even prescribed by a doctor, and I'm taking it. But if it impairs your ability to operate that motor vehicle, that's illegal. And it's a DUI under Arizona law. And so that's what he's facing in Florida.
Okay, so he refused a urine test, where in Florida, if you refuse blood, breath, or urine, it's a misdemeanor.
Right. Yeah.
What is the case here?
Very different here. So you have the right. You can go and refuse when you're asked, via what's called an implied consent. You can refuse and say, I'm not going to do it. But here in Arizona, what's going to happen is that law enforcement then are going to immediately make efforts to go and obtain a search warrant in order to collect that blood sample from you. You have and again, you have the right after they got the warrant to refuse. The difference here is that they will force you. They will actually take efforts to take that blood sample by force. So they'll strap you down, and they will have a phlebotomist or an officer that's a trained phlebotomist take that sample from you. And then there are other, so we won't charge, Arizona doesn't charge you criminally for refusing.
Right.
But now you have the license that you now are going to lose for a year. It's going to be suspended for a year. And it just does. It becomes a real issue in terms of if there's a refusal, as we call it, here in Arizona.
And we know Arizona is one of the most strict.
Very strict,
when it comes to,
absolutely.
Yes, driving under the influence. All right, the fact that Tiger said that he will seek help after this incident happened, does that lessen the severity of his punishment? Potentially.
I think his lawyers recognize that, Tiger is no stranger to, these kinds of vehicular issues, the DUIs there in Florida. So I think his legal team right now, they want to make sure that he is in a, good headspace in terms of what's going on here, but also show that he's taking this serious in terms of any kind of, addiction to prescription medication they may have, some other issues, and ultimately present this to a prosecutor when they have to make a decision in terms of punishment, because there may be the concern here that they're going to enhance the punishment because of his history of DUI.
And I was just going to say, how does this look for Tiger, considering his history?
Yeah, it's a triple bogey here for Tiger. Yes, yeah, I had to throw that.
I know you.
It's not. Yeah, this is a really unfortunate situation. Is this a case that's going to go to trial? Probably unlikely. This is a case that they're going to really try to show he's accepting responsibility. There were some mistakes here. His lawyers are still going to look to see, are there any defenses? But here you have a lot of facts against him. He had hydrocodone pills in his pocket, and he has that history of driving in this manner. So,
all right, Hector, thanks for the great analysis on all 3 cases.